Greetings, all Shardvixen here, and it is August 26th. It is Sunday. I was trying to do my vlog yesterday because, if you can tell in the back of my house, I'm still cleaning, and I'm doing a lot of cleaning today. My back hurts really bad from it. So, trying to talk loud because I'm not as close to my tablet as normal. So you get a wider range of my chaotic lifestyle. Today is what would the vixen say, or what does the vixen say, actually? What would the vixen say? That's in past. We're in the future. Well, you're in the future. I'm in the present. Anyway, so today comes from Janitor 1, I think is how he says his name, Janitor 1. And he was actually from Jon Ironclade's stream, and he asked this in Jon Ironclade's stream, and it said, oh, that's a really cool question. So, can I use it? And he said, yeah. And then he subbed to my channel, which was kind of cool, but haven't seen him since. He probably watches it in video. Lots of people do. Anyway, so the question was, if you could be on any game developer team, which one would it be? And I was like, oh, that seems like it's easy, but it really isn't that easy. So, first I'd have to say, if I could be on any, it'd be my own. It'd be doing a game I want to do. And I had a great idea for a game when No Man's Sky was doing the Waking Titan thing. And they asked for game developers. And I wrote up my idea of a game using random procedural generated things. So that would be the ideal. But since that's not the question is, which development team would I want to be on? And here's the thing. I don't want to be on all of them. I have things to say on all of those. I mean, all the ones that I play. So, you know, this is a hard question. And I've been thinking about it all week, because I think about my questions all week. I think about my topics on my vlog all week. I have a lot of stuff going on right now. I will be going to California tomorrow. A 6-hour drive down, spend a couple hours in town, and pick up my son's father, and then come back all in one day. Only problem is because I can't really lift my shoulder very far. Today's a good day. I'm getting it much further than normal, but the pain is already in my wrist when I do it. So, all right. Let's get back to the idea. So, if you could be on a game development, what one would you be? Okay, first one I thought of course, was Ark. I mean, No Man's Sky, I just watched a thing about Hello Games from IGN when they interviewed Sean Murray, and they were talking to him about his overall goal. And his original goal was the idea of a lonely space traveler through space. And I think he hit that mark like it was supposed to be. But that's not what people want from the game. And he made a comment about how it's not about what the developers truly want in a game, but more about what the audience wants. So they give out a set type of game, and then, you know, and then the audience then dictates about the stuff they want. But Ark is one of those that I'm not sure really listens to their audience much. I mean, I'm sure they listen, but I don't think that they make their game is kind of on their idea. And so I have some things on that I think that they should fix. One of the things I think is you should be able to plant trees. I mean, in real life, which I know it's a video game, you can't say that, but logically, if you cut down a tree, you'd have a seed and you could plant it. Minecraft does it, so why couldn't Ark do it? And then you'd reforest the area rather than it respawning. It would be kind of cool that way. Though you couldn't get your rocks back once you got them, which is, you know, I suppose you could say, well, if you're going to do trees, you have to do other things. I just think that sometimes it'd be cool to be able to plant trees the way you wanted them. I know that's what the garden was for, but, you know, just me. Then put them in the garden. Allow yourself to grow trees in the garden. That would be great. But Ark would be one, and it'd be little changes, not big changes, I guess, for Ark. But Conan's another one I'd like to be on, I think. Conan would be pretty cool. But Conan, because I'd like them to bring in not just the religion stuff and the variety of that, but maybe some other NPC characters that were from the Conan period of time. You know, like they have Conan, you can go talk to him, but like maybe Red Sonja, maybe Billet, maybe some of the friends that he hung out with in the stories. You know, I get the feeling that they followed more of the newer Conan movie than the older Conan movies, even though there are things in the older Conan movies that kind of pop up. If you watch the newer one with Jason Momoa, there's a lot more similarity in styles of clothes and weaponry. So Conan might be one. Let's see, what else would be one that, not No Man's Sky, because even though there are things in No Man's Sky that I would like to see, even though, No Man's Sky, there's like underwater cities, I'm not really happy with what they did with the ruins. I think there's some improvement there. But they've already stated, and Sean Murray has already stated in that IGN thing that he doesn't see Nyx isn't a final. Nyx is a stepping stone to more. So he's already talking about more stuff. So I don't think that they need any help with suggestions, really. No Man's Sky is one of those games I kind of just like to see what they do. I like to float along and see what they do. I get a lot of enjoyment from the game. I enjoy playing it, so it's not a problem for me. What's another game developing thing out there that would be Assassin's Creed? I think that Assassin's Creed would be a fun one. And I think that I would like them to go back to more assassin stories. I get, they've done a lot of changing stuff, and they've done to the Origins, and they've done Odyssey. But I think that they'd be great if they went back to some of the styles like that made Assassin's Creed really fun. Like maybe, I really like Brotherhood myself, and 1. I liked 1. So the combination of those two would be great. What's another one that would be fun? I think a new development story, being on a team that did new development would be awesome too. But again, it comes back to this. I would rather develop my own games. I would rather do games that you did one-shot games. Like you wrote a story, you had this one-shot thing, kind of like No Man's Sky, because I really like their style. They do it. To a degree, but they've got all these different maps, and it's really hard to connect all the maps, really. You get a server, and you got one server, and it doesn't seem to be that there's an overlapping. Conan kind of is building on more. Though mostly what I've seen of Conan is things you can get, not more map style. So I like the idea of like No Man's Sky, and then build a game that's kind of like No Man's Sky in that aspect, but doesn't have to be a space story. It could be like Subnautica, an underwater procedural thing, or that every 6 months or every year the developers would drop a new part to it. DLC, if that's what you want to call it, whatever, just a part to it. And it would be once a year, So I know people, don't like to pay for it, but if you're getting some really good DLC, I don't see what the issue is. I don't pay brand new for games, so I'm not one to talk. But I have paid for games DLC because I like DLC or like the game. Like I'm Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm going to get the Frozen Wilds. Because that's kind of what I'm talking about. They put this little section to it. It's a whole new map. You get to play with it. I just don't see that kind of... I haven't played it yet, so I don't know if it corresponds with the old stuff. So, like, you need the old stuff to correspond with it. I don't know about that. But maybe, I don't know. I really don't. It was a great question. I liked the question. But it really, my brain is not working really well this week. So, that's it. For development, what would it be? I'd want to be on my own development team. I got ideas for games, which I'm not going to share. Sorry. I'd share if you are a coder and you call me and say, I need an idea. We can go half and half in it. well, I don't know. Yeah, half and half would probably work because I'd have all the ideas and they'd have all the know-how. So that would probably work. Though some people might say idea is only worth 1/4 of it and the rest is 75%. I'd probably go with that too. I mean, they'd be fine. My question to you is, what development team would you want to be on and why? You know, why is that? Why would that be a thing? So the rest of this time, I think, really quick, I just talk about some things that I have done and been doing and thinking about doing. All right, so we're going to be doing more puppet shows. As soon as all my creative stuff is all cleared and categorized so I know where everything is. It's gotten very chaotic in the last year or so. I'm going to be making puppets. We're going to start out with some paper puppets, I think, for Lillian Lloyd. So we're going to bring Lillian Lloyd back. If any of you remember in my vlogs, I've talked about them in the past. So we are going to be doing Lillian Lloyd and Stick Baby. And Stick Baby is a hats off to Sackboy. Okay, I think that is one of the cutest characters you could have out there, and they didn't really do a whole lot with him. It's community that did more with him. So I'm going to make Stick Baby, and Stick Baby is kind of going to have that whole concept of, you know, like Sackboy, where kind of runner or Sack Girl, Sack Bird, or whatever you want. So, and he's going to have adventures, and I've already gotten some new puppets made out of some recycling stuff. So we're going to be adding little storylines, and that's all going to be on Shardvixen's magnificent channel. Now, I know I haven't talked about it in a while. I'm still working on my big animation. I had just completed part C. Now, the problem with this is it hurts when I use my arm. So I do a little bit here, a little bit there, and then I pull it all together. I'm having some problems with perception of going from the flat to like this. Right, so what the hand looks like here from here, and this whole movement section, which you know is about shadowing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to build some land formations and practice the shots, taking them, and then color them in move the movements and color it and change things up. So I'm hoping that's going to work, and that's probably going to take me a couple of months to do, and that will be number D. And then there's the battle, and then we're done. And then that animation's done. And then I've got a list of other animations I'm going to work on. The animation for my streams. The part for my stream, I time it out. And then animations for Level Down. And then the rest of my other animations that I've had on the back burner while I've been doing this. But I'm going to use Sigfig Studio, which I have downloaded. So I'm going to start using that to do other animations. I hope, cross my fingers. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to doing... I want to do a little bit of both. I want to do story mode and I want to do drawing mode. I want to do stop motion mode and I want to do drawing mode and the combination thereof, like I do now. I don't want to stop and do one or the other. Thinking about other stuff for Shardvixens. I know I keep saying I'm going to do more crafting stuff. I am. I'm just trying to get the dining room area set up for that. That's what all those boxes are working towards. I'm also trying to pack stuff up so if I do move, I already have most of it already packed up but usable. Like I could get stuff out of the boxes and put stuff back in the boxes, and I have a place for them, because I got this whole side over here that you guys don't get to see much of is all crafting and writing stuff. I gotta get back to writing. That's my other plan. I have a schedule for it. It's up on my schedule board over there. I just have been very sleepy and fatigued in the evening times, that when it's time to do those kind of stuff, I'm having problems, and I'm having problems waking up in the morning. So far, I've been successfully enough to wake up on Tuesday and Thursdays and do streaming. That's the other big plus, is I got the Xbox and the stream set up, all done up on OBS. So I'm going to be doing more of that for Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube all at the same time. And the restream chat is working too, so that's good. And then this week, I'm going to do some Subnautica and Warhammer, and maybe some other stuff I got on the Xbox One. And then we'll go back to videos, because I moved the Xbox One upstairs, and then I bring the Xbox 360 back down. I have a want list, and one of the things I want to get is another Xbox 360, so you can put one upstairs and one downstairs. And then also I told my daughter, if possible down the road, I'd like to save to get another PS4 Pro so I can move the PS Slim upstairs, and then another Xbox One, and then make a studio set up here with all the consoles downstairs, and just use whichever games I want to play. I'm big into series, so I like to start as far back as I can and move as far through the series as possible. Some of that's not going to be possible because I don't have a working PlayStation 2. Some of the games that I started out at a certain level, I have to find someplace else. Some of them are only on computer, so I have to figure that out. So that's where we stand now with the 2 channels. I have 2 supporters who like to give me money. Not loan me. They give me money. I buy games. I buy stuff with that. I've been doing that. I've been putting some of it away. Was going to get a microphone, but apparently the microphone I have is working well, so I'm going to wait and find the microphone I want, and then get that, and then have to rework my whole sound again. And that's it. I mean, that's all. Trying to still deal with the fibromyalgia. Next week's vlog is going to be an update on fibromyalgia, pain, and some of the research that's come out and since the last time I did fibromyalgia. You probably every year or so, or every 6 months or so, as new things come out, I'll talk about it. I feel it's really important that people understand fibromyalgia. One of the animations that I have, that I've worked a storyboard out for, is about depression. And it's a really serious thing for me, so it's important to me. So that's why I've been kind of working on it really, really slow. I really want to get the feel of it. So, alright, that's it. This is a short one. Made it in my 20 minutes. It actually was even shorter because, when you got to thinking about game developers and things you want to do, there wasn't that much I could talk about. So it seemed like a good question, but it was kind of a weird question for me, I guess, because I'm all over the place with thought patterns. Anyway, I'll catch you all on the flip side. You have a great week. Remember, there'll be no videoing on Monday. Tuesday morning will be No Man's Sky. And I'll catch y'all then.